hear me okay? Bon, salut tout le monde. Ici Joey Alfieri au Tim Hortons Field ce soir. Les Alouettes gagnent un 7e match cette saison par la marque de 33-16. Boy, OK, on a beaucoup de choses à discuter. Bon, les partisans embarquent sur le terrain, donc ça devrait être intéressant. Mais quand même, une belle performance. Et encore une fois, ça a commencé, c'était un peu difficile en début de match avec l'interception qui a été retournée par un touché. Mais honnêtement, l'équipe a vraiment bien joué après ça. 7 victoires, une défaite cette saison pour les Alouettes. Et c'est vraiment une grosse performance, une superbe performance de la part des Alouettes. Et oui, écoute, il y a beaucoup de choses. OK, on va regarder. Il y a déjà plein de commentaires. Salut tout le monde. Est-ce que tout le monde m'entend assez bien avec le micro? Je sais que je suis un peu plus loin. Mais juste dis-moi dans les commentaires si vous m'entendez comme il faut. All right. Les commentaires commencent à rentrer, mais on va commencer avec un peu d'analyse. Moi, j'ai bien aimé la façon, évidemment, dont la défensive va jouer ce soir. Écoute, c'est quand même... What's up, Bianca? C'est quand même... c'est quand même une situation difficile. Tu t'embarques, déjà, tu n'as pas ton corps arrière partant. Et là, tes corps se font frapper un tout petit peu. Là. Caleb a été blessé sérieusement. Davis Alexander, au moins, est revenu dans le match. Coup quand même chaud de la part de Casey Sells, que je pense ne peut pas faire ça dans... peut pas faire ça dans le football. Il faut protéger les corps arrière. OK, on va regarder les commentaires. C'est quand même la défensive. J'étais déçu qu'on a donné un touché en fin de match. C'était le premier touché par la passe qu'on a alloué en 2 matchs. Donc, c'est quand même impressionnant de voir que cette défensive est tout à fait spectaculaire. C'est fort de leur part et ils ont vraiment donné le ton au match. Je ne sais même plus combien de revirements les Alouettes ont eu. Il aurait dû en avoir un de plus. Never mind. Donc, tu sais, les interceptions de Ento, interceptions de Cosby ce soir, turnover on downs aussi. Donc, quand même fou de voir ce que les Alouettes ont été capables de faire ce soir. Écoute, je sais que c'est quand même semaine courte pour les Tiger Cats. Ils ont joué quand même un match. Ils ont bien joué défensivement aussi lors de la première mi-temps. Ils ont alloué seulement 10 points, mais vraiment en deuxième mi-temps, tu as vu la qualité clairement du bord des Alouettes. Et c'est quand même impressionnant de voir la façon que cette équipe-là continue de bien jouer. Donc, à vos commentaires. Donc, faites rentrer vos commentaires. On va passer en anglais un peu. On va regarder les stats du match parce qu'il y en a une couple qui sont impressionnantes. So, all right, yeah, we'll recap a little bit in English as well. So you look at the way this one went. It got off to a tough start. You look at the way the first interception that was returned for a touchdown, and you're behind the 8 ball again like last week, but you find a way to battle back. And there wasn't a ton going on for that offense in the first quarter and a bit, but right before the middle of the second quarter, there was a drive there that the Alouettes, Davis Alexander created. And it was a really nice catch by Charleston Rambo in the end zone. Charleston Rambo was incredible tonight. A couple of really big plays and some big grabs by the Alouettes rookie receiver. So we'll look at the stats. We'll look at the numbers because, again, this defense has performed really well. I thought Davis Alexander, after a tough start, he kept it on the rails. So it's impressive to see the depth of this team. It's too bad to see that Caleb came off hurt. That really didn't look good. That was a tough one to see him go down, to see him, he couldn't put any weight coming off the field. I don't know exactly what it is, but certainly didn't. we're thinking of Caleb because, and just before we move on to something else, Davis Alexander comes out of the game, and you look at the very next play, and I thought, Caleb Evans has ran a couple quarterback sneaks, nothing big, so I thought maybe they hand the ball off, but they didn't. They went straight for the knockout punch. And you saw Caleb Evans with a beautiful throw over the top to David Dallaire. So very impressive to see how aggressive Coach Moss and the offensive play calling is in that situation. But definitely, I mean, with Cody down and not available, and with now presumably sidelined, we don't know if it's serious or not. But yeah, it's all good. All right, let's go to the questions. Alexander, a-t-il that's Jeremy Filoso, my boy. A-t-il dû passer le protocole des commotions? Sûrement, Jérémy, s'il est rembarqué dans le match, il est revenu dans le match. Sûrement, ils ont fait le protocole parce que c'était un coup à la tête. C'est pas confirmé de ma part, mais j'imagine que c'est ça. Mais on peut lui demander, mais qu'il arrive pour une entrevue. Manny, hope Caleb is okay. Big win against a surging Ticats team. Back to number one in the power rankings. I think we're still number one in the power rankings, weren't we? I don't think we went anywhere. Denny, 7-1, go Owls go. Absolument. Frédéric says, salut Joey. Marc-Antoine, you're right, Manny. TSN was all about Bo, Levi Mitchell, and the surging Tiger Cats. Interesting game to watch. I feel that's Owls O-line and D-line made big plays at the right time. Yep, agree. Rob says, big dub. Timmy says, great win by the Owls. Hope Caleb is okay. What do we got? Nicolas, salut, mon journaliste préféré. Salut, mon Nicolas. Manny, they got to start playing all four quarters. I mean, I know. I get it, but... El Marco, on a tabassé Hamilton. Wow, quand même. Denis, félicitations à David Dallaire. Mark, all good. Merci, Lee. On t'entend bien. Merci, merci, merci. Rob, I love it. This DB squad is by far the best in the league. Not even close. I agree with you. This DB, the defensive backfield that, they had some injuries. They didn't have arguably one of the best covermen in the CFL, Wesley Sutton, for the first 6 games of the year. They had to shift some things around, and they've played really, really well. I give the secondary a lot of credit. L'ami, une victoire d'équipe, 100%. Magdalene, c'est parti. Bravo, Alouettes. Prenez soin de vos QB. Yes. Yes, David Dallaire. I scored with him in college football 25 today to manifest his TD today. Okay, Manny, I see you downloaded the Alouettes roster. J'espère qu'Alexander sera correct. Hamilton, peu importe les joueurs, est toujours aussi cheap. Vivement la semaine prochaine. Écoute, je veux juste dire une chose. Il y a beaucoup de partisans passionnés des Tiger Cats qui sont directement derrière le banc des Alouettes. Et je leur ai dit comme... Écoute, ça devient gênant un peu pour eux autres parce que ça fait 8 victoires de suite. Les Alouettes n'ont pas perdu contre les Tiger Cats depuis juillet 2022. Quand même, depuis le début de la saison 2023, les Alouettes ont gagné 4 matchs ici au Tim Hortons Field, incluant la Coupe Grey. Donc, tu sais, c'est quand même gênant pour eux autres. Le fait qu'ils ne sont pas capables de battre les Alouettes depuis 2 ans, c'est fou. Awesome match. Joey, how was it being back at Tim Hortons Field? Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was cool, man. To be back here, it was a little bit weird just because when we were here in November, we were here for the week, so we got to know the facility a little bit. And we were in the Tiger Cats locker room because the Grey Cup was out east, and we got to use their weight facility. I mean, I didn't do any gym work, but the players got to use their gym. And so, yeah, so I think it was cool to be back and just walk down the hallways. It kind of brought you back down memory lane. For me, I don't know if the players kind of felt that way. Maybe we'll ask a couple of them. But yeah, it was nice to be here. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. Mathieu, Joey, you're the best. Appreciate it, bud. Thank you. You're the best fan base in the league. I'll say that loud and proud. Rob, yep, Charleston Rambo just getting started. I agree with you, big dog. I mean, Rambo is I felt like this was his most assertive game. Had the touchdown a couple weeks ago as well. So give Rambo credit. I mean, some guys, when they're new to the CFL, it just takes a little bit of time. I felt like he made some plays, but really big performance by Charleston Rambo. And we will talk to Rambo because you guys have voted Charleston Rambo the player of the game. So we got that. Faut seulement se rendre au corps arrière un peu plus souvent. Oui, Alexandre, je comprends. il y avait une couple de fois, c'est drôle parce que je trouve que quand Bo Levi Mitchell avait beaucoup de temps, c'est parce qu'on envoyait seulement la pression à 3. Et à chaque fois qu'il avait beaucoup de temps à lancer le ballon, il faisait des erreurs. Il y avait quasiment une interception de Beverett aussi. Donc, je comprends ton point. Il faudrait mettre de la pression au corps arrière un peu plus régulièrement. Mais quand même, je trouve que ça faisait un peu partie du plan de match ce soir. Mark Alexander en apprentissage, mais il apprend vite, 100%. Quand même, on l'a mentionné, premier quart, ça n'a pas bien commencé avec l'interception qui, c'est pas vraiment la faute à personne parce que Speaker a glissé sur le terrain, il est tombé par terre. Donc, je comprends qu'il faut blâmer quelqu'un. Mais c'est vraiment, c'est pas nécessairement la faute à quelqu'un, mais c'est quand il y a une interception comme ça, on va blâmer. Mais je suis d'accord avec toi. L'apprentissage de Davis Alexander, ultra rapide. Mike, I'll find a way to win big game by defense, like usual, 100%. Jack, Beast of the East, I love it. Carl, what's up, Carl? My boy out in Maryland, not perfect, but I love some us. That is us. Phil, please explain that call on the Hamilton. Okay. I'll do my very best because I don't want to criticize the officiating. I mean, it's a tough job, so I don't want to blame anyone. But I think what ended up happening was they missed it. And sometimes that happens. But James Stuck fumbled. And I think what ended up happening was the whistle went quickly, and the command center felt like the Alouettes didn't recover the ball fast enough after the whistle to merit them keeping possession. I mean, I'm not sure how you miss. Sometimes referees are at a bad spot or somebody's blocking away. But, at the same time, it's just, you don't want to blame the officials. These are things that happen. I know it's tough. It's tough to see. It's tough to live through those moments as an Alouettes fan. I mean, the Owls forced the punt after anyway, and they got the win, so it doesn't affect anything. I'd love for that to not go against you, but these are just things that happen over the course of the season. It kind of is what it is. But I think, Phil, that was the explanation, was just that the whistle blew quickly and they didn't recover the ball quick enough. It was a fumble, but unfortunately, the referees or the command center just didn't feel like they were quick enough. All right. Marco, Joey, je me posais la question si Austin Mack se fait couper par Atlanta, est-ce que les Alouettes ont ses droits en LCF? Oui, les Alouettes, parce qu'il était sous contrat cette année avec les Alouettes, mais il y a comme une fenêtre à chaque saison mock. Ça commence, je ne veux pas dire début janvier, où tous les joueurs de Ligue canadienne de football ont le droit de signer avec un club de la NFL. Donc, s'il revient cette année, il restait une année à son contrat. S'il revient cette année, il pourrait revenir, il devrait revenir avec les Alouettes et les sous-contrats. Si jamais ce n'est pas, se fait couper la saison, les Alouettes n'ont plus ses droits parce qu'ils devraient signer un contrat. C'est ça. Donc, pour le moment, s'il se fait couper maintenant, aujourd'hui ou cette saison, donc il devrait revenir avec les Alouettes. Le vestiaire vient de s'ouvrir. On va recevoir des joueurs bientôt. Merci Marc-Antoine. Trop gentil. Joey's gold. I appreciate that. Every week, another wide receiver stepping up. 100%, man. Another wide receiver steps up every single week. Tonight it was Rambo, but it was other guys too. A lot of guys made big plays at big moments. I think of the Reggie White on 2nd and 10, deep in Montreal territory in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's a great throw by Davis Alexander, but that's a great play by Reggie. And obviously tonight Rambo made a lot of big plays. What's up, Vicky? Still showing they're a hard team to beat. Hey, best in the league, baby. Last year and this year. Superbe victoire aux Alouettes de Montréal. Todd. Manny. Manny, we'll get to your question in just a second, but we are going to go to one of the stars of the show tonight. Mr. Bryce Cosby is here. All right, walk me through the first career interception. Bryce, it was a nice one. It came at a big moment.
No, it was exhilarating. We're in week 8 now, so it's week 9. So, I was starting to press like, man, I ain't touched that ball in a little minute. You was at the inter-squad scrimmage. I had one in the inter-squad scrimmage. I had a fumble recovery against Winnipeg, week 1. So,
sacks?
Yeah, sacks. So I was like, my dad actually, he never calls me the day before the game, he's like, you ain't had a big play in a while, so I'm going to change the mojo. He's real superstitious. So he called me yesterday like, man, you due for a pick. And, yeah, he called it. So, no, I felt good, for us to get 3 out of that drive right after that, give us a lead going into half, knowing we get the ball back after half. Like I always say, just whatever I can do to help the team, I'm all for it. So, it was good to just, get my first career pick. Definitely blessed and, full of excitement.
You got to make sure he calls next Friday because the game's Saturday. So let's make sure he gets on the phone next Friday. Just defensively tonight, I mean, I know you guys are not going to be happy about the touchdown in garbage time, but, man, I mean, that was the first passing touchdown the defense has allowed since the Toronto game. That was before the bye week. I mean, just you guys are locked in. You've been locked in all along, but I just feel like lately, you guys are in sync as a unit, and you guys have overcome a lot of injuries and suspensions and all that stuff, too. How have you done it?
I think it's a collective effort. Coach Thorpe, he harps on just, staying true to our process and, keeping guys ready as far as just moving guys around throughout practice, playing different positions, worst case scenario. But like I said, process-driven defense. That last touchdown towards the end of the game, we don't stand for that, and that's something that we're definitely going to correct. But as far as just us as a unit, I think it all starts with just our cohesiveness and how close we are. When you really care about the guy next to you and you all enjoy coming to work every day and you all have coaches that believe in you and put you in great position. And like I said, we're all a bit here. Game days, it's time to have fun, and that's how we look at it. Every time we come out here for game day, we're looking to have fun, make plays, fly around, and we just feed off each other's energy. So we're just going to try to keep this train rolling and stick to our process like we have.
Sorry, I know this was your first introduction to Montreal Hamilton football. It was pretty physical out there tonight. You guys get them days. I'm just curious, how was it out there? I know they do a lot of talking. Just what do you think overall of your introduction to the Montreal Hamilton rivalry, which really hasn't been a rivalry. It's 8 in a row now. I know this is your first one, but it's 8 in a row Montreal's beat Hamilton. But how was it out there?
Just football, Same thing, when you play a lot of people, it's going to be physical. There's going to be people talking, be stuff between the whistles. But, the biggest thing for us is always keeping a level head, never getting never letting our emotions get the best of us and, just making sure it doesn't result in penalties. But like I said just a second ago, it's football. So, emotions are going to run high. People are going to get riled up. But, the biggest thing is, like I said, we just do our job. Never get to the point where it's causing penalties, but we pride ourselves on being physical, playing fast, and that's what we're gonna keep doing.
I feel like you seem to be. There's a lot of you young guys like Rambo as well. There's just a lot of the young guys seem to be getting more and more comfortable. I'm just curious, what have you picked up through 8 games and 9 weeks now in the CFL playing that Sam linebacker spot?
Just tendencies through. I got to give a lot of credit to my vets. Yeah. Najee Murray, Wes Sutton, Ento, someone who was in my position last year, and now he's going into year 2. The quad has helped me a bunch, and then the main person is Coach Thorpe, constantly giving me coaching points, constantly correcting me, telling me what to watch out for. He's in the NFL for so long, he knows it in and out. And, more than anything as a defense, we trust Coach Thorpe, and Coach Thorpe trusts us. And so when you have that collective trust with each other, only good things can happen. So, as you said, I do feel myself getting more comfortable, getting a sense of what each game is going to be like, especially after I watch film and whatnot. So I'm going to just keep leaning those around me and my coaches to help me keep putting me in position.
So does that get to keep the football, or do you keep the football?
I gave it to Dom, our equipment guy, and so he's going to decorate it up for me, write the date, the final score, Bryce's first interception. That's what they usually do. So I'll be waiting for it when we get back to Montreal.
So is that a fancy way? You're going to keep it and not Dad?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to keep it. Yeah. I'll give it to Dad in the long run. He's got a lot of my stuff from college, but I got to keep this.
Thanks for this, Bryce. Congratulations.
Thank you, Joey. Have a good one.
All right. Bryce Cosby with a fantastic performance tonight with his first career interception, like he said. Yes, really good performance. Et c'est pas une situation facile pour Bryce Cosby parce que il a connu un camp d'entraînement spectaculaire. Il l'a mentionné, il y avait une interception lors du match intra-équipe. Mais Cosby a été excellent. Et là, semaine 1, Stubblefield se blesse. Et tout d'un coup, c'est lui qui rentre depuis la semaine 1. Et quand même, grosse saison à date pour Cosby. Okay, I promised we'd get to Manny. Your question is up next, but I have somebody else here who has joined us. Another guy who had an interception tonight. He's Mr. Kabion Ento.
How you doing?
I'm living the dream. Get to follow around the team who's 7-1, big guy. How you after that one?
We feel pretty good, but we don't feel as good as everybody think. It always feels good to get a win. We know we got to play them next week, so I know they probably try some stuff at the end of the game just to see what was going to work. But we're not satisfied. We have a lot. We go in that locker room. We have a lot of work to do. I mean, we know the goal. The goal is, I mean, to do the same thing we did last year, and until we get to be satisfied.
I keep telling people, they don't throw at 48 very often, but you baited a veteran quarterback into throwing that ball because he thought that he was open, and he absolutely was not. Just take me through that interception, what you saw, and how you fooled Bo Levi Mitchell.
I forgot what kind of coverage we was in, but I know I was, one of the deep cover guys, and just trying to make sure that I'm in position. I mean, I know a lot of things, it's a lot of space on this field, so a lot of things do look open, but when that ball go in the air, I mean, we got to go get it. And so I just did my best tracking and came up with the catch. Tracked another one and dropped the pick on that one, so, I mean, like I said, I'm not satisfied. That's another play that I left out there. They play, so we got to do better. Well, I got to do better.
Okay, sure. I know. Oh boy, Antoi's coming to take the microphone in a second. He hijacks the live every week. Just walk me through, just defensively, what you guys have been doing, because I know you're not going to be happy with the touchdown at the end, but that was the first passing touchdown you guys allowed Centano a couple weeks ago before the bye week. Just defensively, as a secondary in particular, how have you guys kind of locked it down as a secondary over the last little while? Because they had nothing for most of that game.
Great communication from the boundary all the way to the field. When you got vets like Najee Murray, Mark Antoine Dequoy, Wesley, I mean, Deontay Ruffin, I know I played a lot of ball last year, so I'm kind of experienced. But when you have a group of guys like that who know the system, all of us was kind of fairly new, probably coached up last year, but we learning the system and we're learning each other, and we pride ourselves on being the top secondary. And we got to make sure that we put it on film every play, every week, and when we do that, I mean, the ball just comes right to us.
You love playing here. You had a decent Grey Cup, eh? I mean, you had that quiet forced fumble and the interception that changed the game. And what is it about here because, I mean, we almost own this place now. This is 4 wins here since the start of 23. But you had obviously a great Grey Cup, and you come back here and get another interception. For you, did it take you down memory lane coming back today at all, like it did for me, or are you just too locked in and professional?
So what's crazy is I usually warm up in kind of the right corner of the end zone. Yeah. And our sideline is actually over here. Yeah. So I warmed up in the corner of the end zone. So I warmed up. Yeah, I happened to warm up over there. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is when I walked in the stadium, it hit me when I came out the tunnel to warm up, oh my gosh, we won a Grey Cup. That's where that play happened. That's where that play happened. But I mean, I guess if the ball gonna come my way and I'm able to make a play on it anytime, especially if this is gonna be my habit, I wouldn't mind, playing here for Montreal every week.
You look good in red, white, and blue. Thanks for this, Kabion. Congratulations, and congrats on 7th win.
Thank you.
All right, Kabion Ento. I get to take a break now. Antwi takes over. Please don't sign off. He's a really nice guy. But just here's Jeshurun Antwi and Walter Fletcher.
Hello, Montreal. How are you guys doing? So, yeah, but they can think about it. Fletcher. No, chill, get here. Fletcher. So it seemed like in the first half, the run game wasn't really going. But in the second half, it picked up. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
It's just more, what's happening in the game. As in the CFL, sometimes running the ball is, it's tough at times. But at the end of the day, we stuck with it. I always try to do or make a play when my number is called. So second half, it was rolling a little bit more, try to make some plays, some key plays, and it worked out.
You had 8 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. Also, 3 receptions for 20 yards. Can you talk to us about your mindset when you're coming to the game? How are you thinking you're going to dominate? Are you thinking more about the run game? Are you thinking more about the pass game?
I just watched the film this week. I thought it would be a good game to run the ball. So coming into this game, my mindset was more just getting downhill in the run game, and I always do my thing in the pass game. So that would take care of itself. But at the end of the day, I felt like this is a game to be physical, establish a line of scrimmage, and I felt like we did that today.
Thank you for doing this, and turn it back to Joey. Thank you.
Can we ask real questions on Fletch? Can we ask you both real questions? Anthony, where are you going? Goodness gracious. Okay, sure.
It's above your pay grade.
Goodness. It's not. No, he makes way more money than me. I promise you that. I thought you guys, I don't even know what he asked you. I wasn't listening. But I thought you guys this is as well as you guys have run the ball, at least since Edmonton in week 2. Did you feel that way as well?
Oh yeah, 100%. We had some big plays, explosive plays. So that's always the goal, is to have a few explosive plays, especially in the run game. And I felt like that changed the momentum of the game, in my opinion. The run I had 2 key blocks, Peo and Reggie. Did a heck of a job blocking downfield as well, and I think that set up the Rambo almost touchdown. Set up the Rambo. Almost scored at the 1. So I think the big momentum plays, and O-line did a great job dominating the line of scrimmage and moving the ball.
It's just, I think it's remarkable that you guys have had to roll 3 different quarterbacks. A couple of the quarterbacks got banged up a little bit tonight, but that you come out on the road, and I know they're 2-6, but this is still a place that's not easy to play. Just how did you guys get it done offensively? After a slow start, you guys could have folded up to 10, but that's not what this championship team is about. How did you guys persevere the last 3 quarters of this game?
We know they won 2 games in a row, so that's hard to do in the CFL at the end of the day. So coming in the game, they were extremely excited. They came out with energy. But at the end of the day, we're big on preparation, man. Our meetings are very extensive. Our installs are extensive. Really put time into the film room and our meetings. And Coach Moss does a great job just holding everyone accountable from the top to the bottom. Everyone's important. Even if you're on practice roster, 1 game or active, everyone's involved. Everyone's important. So we all try to prepare like starters. And I think that's one thing, as you can see, our team, the next man's always ready to go. He's always prepared to make a play. So we just stuck together. And like I said, we were prepared. So when you do that, everything works out.
Thanks for this, Fletcher, and congrats on 7-1.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you, Joey.
You're good. You're good. No worries. All right. Isn't that the story of all of our lives? Okay, we got questions, and we got Alex Gagne, who will join us momentarily here. Here's a question for Joey. Who's the dirtiest team in the league, and why is it Hamilton? Oh, that's mean-spirited. You're not wrong, but that's mean-spirited. What about... Okay, the question's refreshed. Great win. Hope Caleb is okay. Hello, Nancy. People love the Antwi takeover, and we're ready for... OK, on est prêt pour Alexandre Gagné. Tabarouette. On fait-tu en même temps? On fait-tu 2 pour 1?
Ah, on va faire 2 pour 1.
All right, 2 pour 1. All right.
Chacun.
Ben oui. Alex Gagné. Non, attends. Non, mais la caméra était... OK. Alex Gagné, David Dallaire. OK, parle-moi de niveau de fierté quand tu as vu le 39 capter le ballon pour un toucher.
Honnêtement, dans la vie, vous n'allez pas me voir souvent me rendre jusque dans la zone début pour se féliciter les gars. Là, pour Dallaire, j'ai dit, je vais faire cette 30 verges-là de plus pour aller le féliciter pour son premier toucher en carrière. Honnêtement, c'est quelqu'un qui travaille extrêmement fort. Il nous a dit qu'il le faisait souvent à l'université. On lui disait tout le temps, on l'a pas vu, t'es trop jeune. Fait qu'on n'a jamais joué contre toi. Mais là, il a pu nous le prouver. Un homme des grandes occasions, que je suis vraiment fier de lui.
Dave, c'est parce que c'était le jeu après que Alexander se blesse. Moi, je m'attendais, une remise à Fletcher, puis c'est tout. Clairement, Jason Moss est beaucoup plus intelligent que moi. Juste décris-moi le jeu, s'il vous plaît. Qu'est-ce que tu as vu sur le jeu et comment vous avez réussi à marquer un toucher?
J'ai vu la même chose qui s'est passée en pratique cette semaine. J'ai parti sur mon tracé. Personne ne m'a suivi parce que tout le monde pense que les fullbacks, on leur lance pas le ballon. Fait que j'ai vu tout le monde s'en aller vers Caleb. Puis je me suis dit seul, j'ai regardé, puis je savais qu'elle allait me faire la passe. Fait que il n'y a pas de mots pour décrire ce moment-là.
Alex, moi, quand je suis rentré, mais moi, je suis moins professionnel que vous, mais moi, quand je suis rentré, je fais un tour vers le vestiaire des Tiger Cats, puis ça m'a ramené à novembre passé. Est-ce que tu as eu le même sentiment la première fois qu'on embarque au Tim Hortons Field cette année?
Mais là, en fait, j'étais comme à l'envers, parce que normalement, là, les dernières fois, pendant une semaine, on a sorti par l'autre entrée. Même quand je suis rentré dans le stade, j'ai failli tourner à droite pour aller comme dans l'autre vestiaire, parce que des mauvais amis, là. Mais c'était des beaux souvenirs, revenir ici, puis où est-ce qu'on a gagné la Coupe Grey, puis ramener la Coupe à Montréal, là, ça a été c'est assez spécial.
Ça a commencé, c'est un peu difficile en attaque lors du premier quart. David, qu'est-ce que vous avez fait lors des 3 derniers quarts en attaque pour changer l'allure du match?
Il fallait juste donner le temps à Davis de s'habituer. C'est son premier départ en carrière. Fait que c'est quelque chose qui est un peu stressant. Puis on avait vraiment confiance en lui, puis il fallait juste corriger les petites erreurs ici et là, puis on a vraiment eu confiance en lui.
Le téléphone, as-tu beaucoup de messages textes? T'en as combien? Là?
J'ai pas regardé encore, mais je sais pas.
On ramène-tu le ballon à la Beauce bientôt?
Oui, en effet.
Y a-tu un temple de la renommée c'est-tu des Beausois? C'est quoi? Y a-tu le temple de la renommée là-bas?
C'est une bonne question, je sais pas.
OK, donc t'es pas dedans.
Non, vraiment pas.
J'ai entendu dire que le prochain gymnase qui va être inauguré va avoir le nom de David Dallaire pour ce moment-là précis, là, ouais, avec le ballon et tout. Là.
Avec un statue en train de l'attraper. Félicitations, les gars. 7-1, comment est-ce qu'on se sent après 9 semaines, 8 matchs? Comment est-ce qu'on se sent? Parce qu'honnêtement, je trouve qu'on peut être meilleur qu'on l'est. C'est ça qui me fait peur. Ben, c'est ça qui devrait faire peur aux autres équipes.
Bien, définitivement, honnêtement, on a tellement une belle chimie d'équipe, ce qui fait en sorte que là, on est ralenti un peu avec sûr, puis de plus en plus qu'on va revoir les gars. C'est un peu ça qui est arrivé aussi l'année passée quand on a une série de défaites, on avait énormément de blessures. Mais lorsqu'on va revoir exactement toute notre unité de retour, avec la chimie d'équipe qu'on a, avec la confiance qu'on a bâtie à travers les deux dernières années, mais je pense que ça va être dangereux pour les autres équipes, puis c'est juste le fun pour les partisans de Montréal.
Merci, les gars. Félicitations.
Merci à toi.
Good. All right. Bon, merci encore une fois à Alex Gagné et David Dallaire. Premier touché en carrière pour David Dallaire. Des Beaucerons, c'est ça? Des Beaucerons. Bon. Yeah, we'll try to get West. One and Najee Murray as well. There's a couple guys who wanted to get. Najee Murray, I just got to say, I mean, I know they called pass interference initially on Najee Murray, but I didn't see it, and I'm glad that the Alouettes, that was absolutely incredible coverage. And he had another one on the far side of the field on Tim White, which was big as well. So yes, absolutely huge there. Jeff, aucune nouvelle de Lemon. J'ai rien, malheureusement. J'imagine qu'on va en entendre parler tôt la semaine prochaine. Brandon, good job. Team victory tonight. Love this dude. Kabion Ento. Vonda. Nice to see you, Vonda. Ça a été un match incroyable, sauf le premier quart. Oui, Philippe, je suis d'accord avec toi. Denis, you know your stuff well. You're a pro. Yeah, we try every once in a while. El Marco, pas de nouvelles de Sean Lemon. Rien encore. This defense is something else. Hold ball to the lowest passing yards for a game so far this year and lowest average yards per completion. Ento is a big part of that. Ento is a big part of that, and a lot of the other guys are a big part of that as well. So, yes. J'ai cru voir que Davis boite de la hanche gauche. Je sais pas. On va voir. C'est quand même. On a 8 jours entre les matchs, qui est quand même bien. Donc, ça donne une journée de plus de repos aux joueurs. Donc, on va continuer pour juste une coupe de moments de plus. On va essayer de voir si on peut avoir Charleston Rambo, qui est le joueur du match Budweiser, et Davis Alexander. Ça serait bien. Joey, will you be able to have Dylan win? We'll try. We want it because we got to head back to Montreal. So it stinks that we can't go as long. These are the stats for tonight, Marty. Yeah, if you could just keep them up. But because we do have to fly back to Montreal tonight, we come back right away. So we can't go as long, so we don't get as many players. But we'll try to see if we can get Dylan Wynn here tonight, or even Sean Thomas Erlington, who made his return to Hamilton. What do we got? My gosh, so many questions. Félicitations, les gars. Fier de vous. Oh, there he is. One of the stars of the show. You can come around this way, Mr. Davis Alexander. So after that shot, you got a nice bump right here. Was that from that? That was a high hit. I mean, I know you're not going to say anything about it, but there's no room in the game for that. Just how are you feeling physically after that one?
Oh, I'm a little sore. I'll be all right. Nothing too bad. I just got examined, so I'm good.
Did you have to go call in?
Yeah, they said. I guess I got hit in the head on that. Yeah. I felt it way more in my hip. So that's why they pulled me for 3 plays. I would have went back out there. Honestly, Caleb, freaking hell of a ball. That was awesome.
I was expecting, I just thought, you ease Caleb Ed, hand off to Fletcher. But I mean, they had the over-the-top ball to them. I mean, Moss is a lot smarter than I am. Just talk about the bounce back tonight, because obviously I know there was that, speaker slips, the ball's intercepted. Those are, these are things that happen when you play football. But just the bounce back. You guys had that drive in the middle of the second quarter that led to, that was a great throw to Rambo, great catch by Rambo. But just talk to me about the bounce back that you guys had offensively and how you guys did it.
Yeah, I mean, Frick, we know that we trust our defense. Our defense is phenomenal. Basically put up a goose egg all night. And we got some of the best playmakers in the league. So as long as I can protect the ball and find a way to get the ball to our playmakers in space, they do a phenomenal job. Like I say every week, we have some of the top 3-4 yak leaders in the league. Just got to find a way to keep getting them the ball and protect the ball.
Last week you had Philpott and Reggie quite a bit. Tonight it was there was some Philpott, there was some speaker, but Rambo had himself a heck of a game tonight. Just what did you see? How were you so locked in with Rambo? I know you and Rambo in your warm up when you were just dressed up in a t-shirt before you put you and Rambo were the last two on the field. When did you feel like you're gonna have that special connection with Rambo in this game tonight?
Oh man, Rambo comes to work every single day, and he kind of had his coming out party tonight. He comes to work every single day, and he shows up, practice, making plays. You put the ball in the air for him, he's going to come down and make a play. A phenomenal college player. He was phenomenal in training camp, phenomenal in preseason. Every time the ball went up, he made a play. So, to add him as a weapon, I don't want to say add because he's made big plays all year, but you throw him into the mix. Cole had a huge catch on the sideline. Same with Reggie, huge catch on the sideline. Until now, I want a couple back. He could have easily had 200 yards. And I got to play better too, honestly. I missed a couple throws. I know that's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. But by my standard, can't happen.
There's a couple of impressive throws tonight. I've seen you in practice. I know how much you work on it, but while the people who are watching, how much you work on that throw running to your left. And you got a lot on. You got like 25 yards on the 1 and 2nd and 10 deep in the shadows of your own goalpost to Reggie White. Just how much do you work on that? Because that's not an easy throw for a right-handed quarterback to make.
Yeah, I mean, I pride myself in I should be able to make any throw on the field at any time. That's, God blessed me with that arm talent to do that, so I'm going to take advantage of it. The guys know I'm going to put the ball up no matter what position I am, as you could see on the one to Tyson. Same type play, rolling left. I knew I was going to take a shot. I didn't know it was going to be like that, but, I put that ball out there for him. I can put a little more out there for him, so it's undoubtedly a touchdown. But, yeah.
Where did I want to go next with you? Did you have a sense, like, coming into this game? I know you don't prep any differently, but any nerves, anything? I mean, first pro start, was there anything different? You're coming out and you've got the baton from the get-go?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be a little bit of nerves. I think people lie if they say they don't have nerves, but a little bit of nerves. But honestly, nothing more than normal. It was awesome. I love playing in this place. I love Hamilton. I love their fans. It's a fun atmosphere, and our defense played phenomenal tonight. I can't say enough. Only 10-7 at half. We knew we had to pick it up a little bit offensively, and we did. And our defense stayed the course, and they believe in me, and it's awesome just being in the locker room with those guys. And they're so happy, and we got a phenomenal locker room.
Congrats on 7-1 and rest up, Davis. You deserve it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Davis Alexander of the Montreal Alouettes, who played a solid game tonight. The final stat line was all right. I don't have the final stat line for the quarterback, but this next guy had 4 for 86 and a touchdown. He could have had another touchdown, but they ruled him down at the 1. I think he's getting pretty comfortable. We got Charleston Rambo nice enough to join us here, and we'll end with Charleston. But just walk me through both those big catches. You had a couple, but walk me through the touchdown and then the one where you were down at the 1. What did you see on those plays? Because not easy catches to make. There was some contact there you had to fight through.
First, I want to thank God, the man above for sure. And I want to thank Tim for throwing me the ball. He's a great guy, baller. And, all praise to him as well. He gave me a good ball to make a play on, came down with it on all my catches, but thankful for 10. Everything to 10. That's all I'm gonna say. I do my thing, but thanks for 10 for sure.
I thought one of the things that I really like about you is that you know how to absorb contact. Like the one in the end zone, you had to take a little bit of contact, protect yourself. And then there was another one. It was a 10 or 12 yarder, I think, where you took a good shot, but you know how to protect yourself. It wasn't a big hit. The guy didn't end up blowing you up. Is that a skill that you've picked up along the way?
I mean, I'm in the weight room, so a lot of stuff you might can say look this and that, but you know, I'm a lifter. You know, I'm a weight lifter. I lift down there every day, and you know, great ball by 10 by the throws that he gave me, but you know, I can tell by how the coverage is and when the ball is gonna come. You know, when who gonna come make this contact or not. But at the end of the day, we don't know what's gonna happen. But you know, I lift, so it don't bother me.
I lift too.
Yes, sir.
If I tell you I lift every day, do you believe me?
I will believe you.
I'm lying to you. You shouldn't believe me. How comfortable are you feeling right now? It seems like you're getting more and more comfortable as we go. You've made big plays throughout the season, but I felt like, you know, the touchdown in the Toronto game, was that a turning point for you in any way, or did you start feeling even more comfortable at some other point? It seems like you're a vet out there now.
Yeah. I go into every week, you know, trying to be that guy from my QB. You know, whoever's at QB, I try to be that guy and just get open. You know, it starts at practice, and you know, Coach Moss is on us, you know, making plays at practice and, you know, translates to the game. But, you know, it starts in practice, being big for my guys at practice, whatever QB is in, and, you know, just being great out here when it comes time for it.
How about from your perspective, you know, obviously starting off with a pick six, not ideal to go down 7-0, but how did you guys offensively get it back on the rails over the final 3 quarters of this game?
You know, just continue to be us. You know, mistakes happen, things happen. It's football. You know, just continue to be us and be great for 10. And when 5 get in or when James get in, you know, be great for those guys at all times. You know, shout out to our O-line. They blocked real heavy, real hard tonight, you know, and we just came out here, made plays, and came out on top.
I believe it's the second time this season that the fans have voted you the Budweiser Player of the Game, 86 yards and a touchdown. Anything you want to say to people who voted for you, because you won by a landslide tonight?
Thank y'all. Thank God as well. You know, I love it here in Montreal. We love it in Hamilton as well. You know, it's our second home.
Thanks for this, Charleston. Appreciate it. Good luck going forward, and congratulations on 7-1.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Charleston Rambo of the Montreal Alouettes, who's done a very nice job this season. All right, we got to get going. We've been going for 42 minutes. We'll get through a couple of questions and comments. Ça serait fun de voir Cody de retour la semaine prochaine, mais ils vont sûrement pas prendre de chance, j'imagine que tu veux dire, Stéphane. Davis seems more comfortable outside the pocket. He looks very comfortable. Ça va, Davis? You've been great the last couple of weeks. Ça veut pas dire qu'il va revenir, mais qu'il est OK. OK, excuse, j'ai manqué des commentaires. Bon match, Davis. Any news on Tyler Snead? Tyler Snead came back to practice this week. And so it looks like he's close to returning. Don't know when he's coming back yet. But yes, Melissa, Murray played a great game. 100% Najee Murray did. He was fantastic. I thought he was really good tonight. Najee was a lockdown today. Was he good? What's up, Keon? Tu es le meilleur, Joey. Merci, Keon. C'est toi qui es le meilleur. We miss you out there, Keon. Hopefully come back soon. People making fun of my biceps. That's okay. Let's see what we got. Let's start a podcast together. Joey, I wish I had the time. Great show as usual. Thank you. Appreciate it, Manny. Pierre-Luc is spewing nonsense again. Next game is excellent travail. Merci. Next game, yes. $5 tickets for children. It is next Saturday. Lovely evening against the same Hamilton Tiger Cats. The Montreal Alouettes have not lost to the Tiger Cats in 8 games since July. I think it's July 28, 2022, if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember off the top of my head. Yeah, I guess we own the Ticats now. And Tim Hortons Field, which is fun. Mais merci beaucoup tout le monde d'être là. Si vous n'avez pas vos billets pour la semaine prochaine, samedi prochain, ça va être soirée magnifique au stade. Visitez le gohousego.com. Je veux juste vous rappeler que les billets pour les enfants, c'est $5. N'importe où dans le stade, si vous achetez un billet adulte. Donc, quand même, c'est une aubaine. Amener la famille à un match des Alouettes, toujours un gros spectacle de la part de nos joueurs et nos entraîneurs. Mais pour 5 $ pour les enfants, écoute, tu vas même pas à un restaurant, tu n'achètes même pas un cheeseburger à 5 $ là, en 2024. Donc, le fait que les joueurs, que les enfants peuvent rentrer à ce prix-là, c'est une aubaine. Donc, on va vous voir au stade la semaine prochaine. On retourne à Montréal ce soir, les Alouettes qui remportent le match contre les Tiger Cats 33-16. Les Alouettes ont maintenant une fiche de 7 victoires et une défaite en 2024. Merci beaucoup tout le monde. Yes, I see the comments. The hot dogs are $2. Yes, the hot dogs are $2 again. I know you guys love your hot dogs. Yes. Salut Pépé, j'espère que tu as du fun en vacances. On se recroise la semaine prochaine. Merci tout le monde. Merci du support. Merci à tous ceux qui ont posé des questions. Merci à tous ceux, même si vous ne posez pas de questions, c'est correct, soyez pas gênés. Mais la prochaine fois, écrivez-moi dans le chat. Merci d'être là. On revient à Montréal avec la victoire contre les Tiger Cats de Hamilton. On se recroise dans une semaine. Merci et bonne soirée tout le monde.